This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
This is the Late Night News. I'm Evelyn Matthew with the main stories of the day. There's a flurry of political speculation as Jayalalitha goes to Delhi to attend the Diamond Jubilee of the Election Commission.
I cannot answer questions that are speculative in nature.
Tamil Nadu's coastal police step up vigil ahead of Republic Day on Tuesday. The Navy also joins the security alert and deploys fighting vessels along the eastern coast. Students in Chennai stage a demonstration demanding their college should retain its deemed university status.
The deemed university புறாம இடைநிலை பல்கலைக்கழகங்களா அரசே எடுத்துக்கணும் பல்கலைக்கழகங்களா மாத்தணும்னு சொல்லி அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணா நான் ரொம்ப வரவேற்பேன்.
Cricket enthusiasts are chased away by the police when they protest the ban on cricket in a playground.
We are already banned to play cricket in the Marina ground. This is the only place we are playing.
And more people in Chennai turn to cycling to stay healthy.
This cyclothon is not about winning or losing, but cycling together to raise awareness for a greener environment.
Tamil Nadu's main opposition leader J. Jayalalitha is attending the Diamond Jubilee celebration of the country's Independent Election Commission tomorrow. At the Chennai airport, she said the Diamond Jubilee was a matter of pride for every Indian and she has been personally invited. Jayalalitha evaded a question on whether she would meet Congress party leader Sonia Gandhi in Delhi.
The Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Naveen Chawla, first sent 2 letters inviting me to attend the function. Then he sent a formal invitation, and this was followed by a personal invitation over the telephone. So since Mr. Naveen Chawla personally spoke to me and requested me to attend the function, I am going to Delhi. I cannot answer questions that are speculative in nature.
And taking this visit in perspective, we were in conversation with G.C. Shekhar, associate editor with The Telegraph. Here are his views.
I think it's too early to speculate because Jayalalitha is going to Delhi only for an official function of the Election Commission, where at the most she may share the dais with Sonia Gandhi, and I even wonder if they'll make eye contact, or I don't know how the seating arrangement is going to be. And so it's more of a speculation that the ADMK will try to reach out to the Congress at this juncture. And even if she does, I really wonder if Sonia Gandhi is in a mood to reciprocate, because she has a good working relationship with the DMK. The alliance has won 3 consecutive elections in Tamil Nadu: 2004 Lok Sabha elections, 2006 Assembly elections, and 2009 Lok Sabha elections. So why should Sonia Gandhi change a winning formula? And Jayalalitha has also proved to be an undependable and unreliable ally in the past. So I don't think that even if Jayalalitha tries to uses this opportunity to make some overtures to the Congress will be in a position to respond favorably. Yes, it is become difficult for Jayalalitha to strike any kind of understanding with the Congress because of the personal remarks that she made against Sonia Gandhi and the attacks on her on being a foreigner during the 2004 elections. So the DMK is confident that even if ADMK offers a carte blanche to the Congress during the assembly elections, even promising 100 seats to the Congress may not be tempted, because what has to work is essentially a broad understanding between the leadership of the two parties. And Sonia Gandhi and Jayalalitha are not the best of friends, and Sonia Gandhi has a lot of respect for Karunanidhi. And so the DMK is confident that whatever happens, even the friction between the DMK and the Congress during the formation of the present government have all been brushed beneath the carpet, and the DMK knows that that it has proved to be a very reliable ally, and that the Congress can depend upon. So I don't think the Congress will rock the boat at this stage.
The associate editor of the Telegraph, G.C. Shekhar, talking to us there. Jayalalitha's visit will be watched very closely. Meanwhile, the governing DMK party will be represented by Education Minister K. Ponmudi at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the Election Commission. Now, the deemed university controversy refuses to die down. Over 300 students of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute at Madurai Royal staged protests on Punamalai High Road this morning. They did not want their college to be stripped of its deemed university status. Police had to use force to disperse students who blocked the national highway for some time.
Even a week after the centre blacklisted 44 deemed universities, including 17 in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, for derecognition, the backlash continues. It was the turn of the students of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute to express their dissatisfaction with the central government's decision. Agitated students blocked the national highway for about an hour this morning. Police had to use force to disperse them.
हमारा कॉलेज जो है AIEEE लिस्टेड कॉलेज है, तो इसको ब्लैक लिस्ट घोषित करना उचित नहीं है। अगर आपको एजुकेशन सिस्टम को सुधारना है, मैं कपिल सिब्बल को कहना चाहता हूं, अगर आपको एजुकेशन सिस्टम को सुधारना है तो 2010 से 2014 बैचों के लिए कीजिए।
Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, an affiliate of the Dr. MGR deemed university, was closed down temporarily from the 19th of this month after the problem erupted. Over 70% of the students who are from Bihar and Jharkhand said they were worried about their future.
सरकार बोल रही है कि लड़का लोग को कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगा। कैसे दिक्कत नहीं होगा? ब्लैक लिस्ट कॉलेज से डिग्री लेने के बाद हम लोग को जॉब कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, जॉब नहीं मिलेगा, करियर नहीं बनेगा, करियर में हम लोग कहाँ से जाएंगे हम लोग फिर?
The students said they did not have any complaint against their college. They hoped that their voices would be heard by the central government. In Chennai, with camera person Devraj and Avinash Kastura, Minal Shah, NDTV Hindu.
While students are on the rampage, there is enough debate in the political circles as well. A day after the government announced that it would favour abolishing deemed universities, opposition parties want the government to take over these institutions.
We insist that the central government should take a uniform policy, particularly it should abolish the concept of deemed universities.
As the Tamil Nadu government demanded a blanket ban on all deemed universities in the state, pressure is mounting on politicians who are running blacklisted universities. The government's decision has further pushed them into a corner, but the students' anger is mostly against the centre's move.
After repeated assurance by the government, students still feel insecure about their future. They blame the politicians for spoiling their lives.
While students hold politicians responsible, various political parties have lashed out at the blacklisted institutions, demanding criminal proceeding against them.
However, the opposition parties who are also up in arms against these blacklisted universities have demanded that the state government take over these institutions.
The deemed university purame நிகர்நிலை பல்கலைக்கழகங்களா அரசே எடுத்துக்கணும் பல்கலைக்கழகங்களா மாத்தணும்னு சொல்லி அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணா நான் ரொம்ப வரவேற்பேன்.
It's a natural corollary. The government should follow up the present move by acquiring all these universities and running them as good, efficient educational institutions.
While some of these blacklisted educational institutions are all set to approach the Supreme Court for a review, and others are waiting for the Supreme Court's decision. The case is coming up for hearing on Monday. In Chennai, with Avinash Kastura, Shabir Ahmed for NDTV Hindu.
We'll be back in a moment from now. Do stay with us.